Whether we hear him or not, God often speaks to us in our lives. At times, he may choose to speak in an earthquake, and at other times in a gentle whisper. Whatever the case, we need to be sensitive to his call and open to his direction. As Jeremy Troyer will soon discover, our job isn't to question the method, but to have our ears open and our hearts ready to obey. So begins this chronicle.
New Vision is about a child who is going through a lot of troubles, but God uses a camera, a video camera that he gets for his birthday, to speak to him through it. And so he's able to find out through this camera that God wants him to do something extraordinary. Of course, he doesn't want to take on the task, but he has to anyway. Well, every one of the productions we do at KTF has some kind of scriptural, inspiration. And this one is basically from 1 Kings, and it talks about the idea that God talks to us in different ways. Sometimes he talks to us in a whisper, sometimes he uses a big boom, sometimes he uses someone else, sometimes he uses whatever he wants to use to get our attention. And so this particular episode, he's using something science fiction, something extraordinary, miraculous, and he's using a video camera to speak to this kid instead of, say, a friend or a booming voice or a whisper. When I do a production, I always want to minimize the level of difficulty for such things as props and locations and things. So I have a camera that I've been using for several years now, and I figured, well, that would make a good prop. And we were doing a sci-fi series, so I wanted to somehow make it science fiction. So I was thinking maybe if he was going to videotape something with his camera, it would tape something different than what he thought it would tape. And that went through a lot of different renditions. Didn't know if it was going to be just he's going to see demonic forces around somebody, or if he was just going to see something different that he taped. So it ended up that we decided to go with the seeing something different that he taped.
Chronicles started about 2 years ago. When the first time we shot, it actually probably started about 3 years ago. It was a brainchild of a friend of ours who writes Christian science fiction as a hobby, and he had written a couple episodes that he thought would make a good series with, and suggested it to David. And with that, then we kind of built on our own, bringing in some of our own ideas into it, and it kind of blossomed from there. We've done 4 episodes, or this will be our 4th episode that we're shooting right now. I'm the executive producer of KTF Productions. The producer is the person who will find locations, make sure that, kind of oversees everything that goes on with all the production people, and make sure that we have all the cast and crew that we need. The crew for Chronicles, these 2 episodes of Chronicles, they're really helpful. They're really well prepared, and they know what they seem to be doing. They know the equipment better, I think, than the last crew that we had, where they came in and can just use the equipment pretty much right off the bat. They know how to set it up. So there's not a lot of stuff that we have to oversee with them, which helps us a lot, because then David and I can just go ahead and do whatever we need to do to make sure that we get what we need to get the video shot for that specific scene that's being done that day.